Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Anytime you hear this tune, of course, it's time to talk about the built environment in Lagos, and it's all geared towards having a well-planned city, a well-planned state, and a well-planned environment that will make things much more beautiful. All right, this program comes to you Thursdays by 9:15 all the way through 10 o'clock. And it is geared at ensuring that we have best practices in the built environment. This is Buildright, coming to you live from Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. My name is Victor Oteri. All right, I hope you're still very much in tune with the Amnesty program of the Lagos State government, courtesy of the Lagos State Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development. An extension window of another 3 months has been granted by Mr. Governor, and is going to be taking place from the 1st of August through the last day in the month of October. All right. The first window is still very much open. So we're saying please take good advantage of it to ensure that you correct all the anomalies that relate to your completed structures. Today on the program, we're going to be taking things to a higher level a bit. And that's because the government is trying to simplify the processes for you getting your building approvals and planning permits. And so moving forward, the ministry is going to be bringing the district officer. So from today, we'll be engaging with district officers across the various local governments and local council development areas. So that's what is going to be the focus for now moving forward. Lots of updates as well will come your way. But first off, let's take a detour. I just want to take a cup of tea, sip a cup of tea, and I'll be back to connect with you shortly.
Dear Lagosians, the vision of making Lagos a sustainable and resilient state through community regeneration and inclusive physical planning begins with building right. We all have a role to play in achieving this vision in line with the Lagos State Urban and Regional Planning and Development Law of 2019 as amended. Do you know that before buying a land or building on it, you must check for the permissible use from the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development? Do you know that you must obtain a planning permit and authorization to commence the construction of your building? Do you also know that you require state certification and certificate of completion for building construction in Lagos State? Estate developers must obtain layout approval before developing their estate and obtain full planning permit after the expiration of a provisional planning permit. Their Lagosians, do not carry out unapproved renovation, remodeling or demolition. Do not break the seal on an enforced property. Do not obtain fake planning permits and do not abandon uncompleted buildings. Do not break the law. Build right in accordance with the state operative development plans. Let's work together to make Lagos a sustainable smart city of choice. For more information, download the Lagos State MPP UD app on Google Play Store and Apple Store. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó, Àjùmọ̀ṣe ni. Announcer, Lagos State Government.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Buildright is a program we set for the conversation. My guests are already seated. But quickly, I understand that we have some kind of protest that is ongoing on Awolowo Way. They're coming in from Ikeja, by the way, and that is really adding to the mix in terms of the slowness there. I heard they're heading to the Secretariat. I'm still very much unclear as to which of the outfit or which agency or perhaps the people that are responsible for this protest walk. I understand they're heading towards the Secretariat. All right, then Ikorodu Road, it's a moving traffic from Ojota towards Odoyalaru right now, and it's not a standstill traffic being experienced. We can also tell you we have less articulated vehicles planning the route this morning, so it's a slow and steady kind of movement being experienced right now. We'll be serving you more helpings. And of course, you can also share your own travel experience with us too. You can do that on WhatsApp 08099120777 and 09153877127. Okay, so we're going to be talking about how to simplify the process of you getting your building approvals, your planning permits. The Lagos State government is very, very keen at doing this, and that's why advocacy programs of this nature is in place. But one of the things that the government is also trying to encourage is whistleblowing. So if you see a deplorable or perhaps a bad building structure in your neighborhood, we're asking you have to report. But right now, Mike is going to be engaging with some people on the streets in Lagos Island to find out from them if they see any dilapidated building or perhaps a structure that is not in tune with the building code. Will they be willing to report? Let's just sample this before I bring in my guests.
So Lagos, I'm here on the streets of Lagos Island to talk to residents about dilapidated structures and whistleblowing. So I'm going to be finding out from a couple of residents about their take on whistleblowing and, dilapidated structures around their vicinity. So let's get their responses. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I'm here to ask questions. I don't know if you mind me taking some of your time.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay, so you live on this street, huh?
Mm-hmm.
The question here is, have you noticed any dilapidated buildings along your street where you live?
For now, no.
Okay, but if you notice any, are you willing to report to the appropriate authority?
Why not?
Why would you want to do that?
Because of safety and, it causes, you just have to report because it causes a lot of havoc. People can die anytime when it does that. People living there or they are hanging around there. And it's a danger to the street because the bad people, those who doesn't work or those who are smoking wee-wee, sometimes they might be there and they might form gang there that will cause problem in our street.
Thank you very much.
It's all right. Thank you.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Very well, thank you. I hope you don't mind me taking some minutes from your time.
There's no problem. You're welcome.
Okay, so have you noticed any dilapidated building along the streets where you live?
Not really.
But if you notice any, are you willing to report to the relevant agencies?
Sure, I will.
Why would you want to do that?
To avoid unnecessary problem. Because by the time the hazard comes, it's going to affect the people around as well as the government. Because they will believe that it is government that has not been doing their job. Because by the time this thing happens, probably the building collapse. Some people might be there. And at the end of the day, it will cause a lot of harm to them. Some might even die in the process. We have been hearing a lot of reports on buildings collapsing. So anywhere I see it, I have to blow the whistle.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hope you don't mind if I take a few seconds from your time.
No problem.
You live on the streets, right?
Yeah, I do.
Have you noticed any building looking so dilapidated, so bad that it's not worthy for habitation along the street where you live?
Yeah, very, very many, yes, I have.
So, are you willing to whistleblow, to report to the appropriate authorities concerning such buildings?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so why would you be willing to?
Because such thing happened recently to somebody very close to me, and the person died, and it was something that could have been avoided if the necessary things or the necessary procedures have been followed. So because the person is very close to me, I understand the importance and the impact of such things, especially dilapidated buildings. So I think if more like these building agencies, LASBCA or LASBCA, if they could follow through and make sure those buildings are tested well, it will go a long way. Because I won't lie to you, some houses are already coffins in the waiting.
Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I hope I can take just a few seconds from your time this morning.
Yes, most definitely.
So have you noticed any dilapidated buildings or building looking so bad that is not fit for habitation?
Yes, I have.
So are you willing to whistleblow or report to the appropriate authorities?
Well, why not? Because those buildings are a hazard and they could harbor urchins and miscreants, in the streets.
So you're willing to whistleblow if you have the appropriate channels?
Yes, I would.
Right. Good morning.
All right, then. So Mike James speaking with residents in Lagos Island to really find out from them if they'd be willing to whistleblow. And from time to time, we'll try and get you some numbers on this program that you can whistleblow if you see anything that causes some kind of infraction to the built environment in Lagos. You can always send that in. But today, we're trying to simplify the building and planning permit process in the state. And I'm being joined right now by Town Planner James Olajide Odupe. He's Assistant Director, Town Planning Services for LASPPPA, and he's also the District Officer in charge of Ikoyi Obalende LCDA. Town Planner Odupe, nice to have you in the building. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
And how are you doing?
Fine, sir.
All right. He's being joined as well by another engineer, but this time around, he's from the LASBCA, because somebody was mentioning LASBCA in that Vox pod I will mention. Engineer Aileru Oluwagbenga Abdulrafiu is joining me in the studios right now. He is the district head for Iru, Victoria Island LASBCA office.
And Ikoyi.
And Ikoyi as well. Yeah. All right. It's nice to have you in the studios. Good morning.
Thank you very much.
All right. So both of you, let me start with Town Planner Odupe. What do you make of those respondents on the road and their, willingness to report or perhaps whistleblow as it relates to infractions on the built environment?
Thank you, sir. From the screen that we just looked at now.
All right.
Well, whistleblower are welcome to the ministry so that it helps us to know what is really happening in the environment.
Okay, so you guys welcome whistleblowers?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll try and see how they can do that from time to time. But what about you, Engineer Aileru? What do you make of those respondents?
Yeah, it's a very good one. And this time last year, we had a sensitization program all over the state where we asked people to, if you see something, say something.
Okay, and that is still very much on?
It's still very much on. We are still going to organize another one this year.
Right.
And it's going to happen in all the districts in the state.
Let's begin to simplify the process right now and locate your places as district officers. Town Planner Odupe, you are in charge of Ikoyi Obalende, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So what's your duty? What's your function?
Well, according to LASPPPA, my function is to process and issue planning permits in the Ikoyi Victoria Island area.
Okay.
Then inspect and monitor development in line with the approval. And if you erect structure without approval, then we'll serve you necessary notices so that that one will compel you to apply building permits.
Right. So that's what you do.
Yes.
Ikoyi Obalende district. Yes. Planning permits are issued through your office.
Yes, sir.
All right then. And what about Engineer Aileru Abdulrafiu?
Thank you very much. Our own functions are multifaceted. First, after you must have obtained planning permit from Lagos State Physical Planning Permit Authority, the first thing you do is to proceed to Lagos State Building Control to obtain authorization to commence construction.
So I do not have the right to start construction without connecting with you?
No, you don't have that right.
Even though I have
an infraction.
Even though I have the planning permit from LASPPPA?
It does not give you the liberty to commence construction.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you start with get in touch with you. Yes. What next would you guys do?
Once you do that, then you write letter of intention to commence construction. You address that to the General Manager, Lagos State Building Control Agency.
Okay.
Then you attach all supporting documents, like the pile integrity test, because of the terrain, the pile load test, your approval, your permit page, then your drawings, architectural drawing, structural drawing, mechanical and electrical.
All right.
Those are the drawings you attach to it, and some other relevant documents.
Okay. All right. So for LASPPPA and Ikoyi Obalende, I'm sure people are aware of those areas, correct? But Town Planner Odupe, the coverage of your office covers which areas?
Well, Ikoyi Obalende covers Old Ikoyi, that is Lugat area. Mm-hmm. Ikoyi Southwest, that is Kefi area. Ikoyi Southeast, Onyekon Abayomi area. New Ikoyi, that is Banana Pavio, Foreshore, Abasha Estate,
Okay.
Dolphin.
So anybody that wants to get planning permit for any of those areas, they get in touch with your office
Yes,
first.
sir.
All right. How long does it take for someone to get a planning permit, and what is required?
Well, within 10 days, your planning permit will be ready if the necessary documents are submitted as at the time of registration. And before one can register any application in any of our planning office, the first thing to bring to us is the survey plan, which is this foundation.
Right.
The survey plan will chart it to know the status of that land. At times, some areas may fall under right-of-way, canal alignment, or buffer zone. But with the charting of the survey, we'll be able to know the actual position of that land in question.
Right.
Then you need to bring your architectural drawing. We'll screen it if it's going to really work on that area, because in Ikoyi and VI we have a development plan that guides the development in that area.
Okay.
We call it Ikoyi Victoria Island Model City Plan. That's the instrument we use in the zone.
Right. And from what you see, really, are people really complying? Are the buildings in that area? I know that there's an amnesty program that is on right now from the Lagos State government, but the buildings that cover your area of jurisdiction, Ikoyi, Obalende, do they have planning permits for all the buildings there?
Well, Ikoyi, Obalende is an elite environment.
Okay.
And most of them do apply. And, well, one or two of them may not comply due to their interest, but we normally do monitoring and we detect such development.
Right. So for this amnesty program right now, Tamplana Odupe,
Yes,
are people coming? Are they coming for?
Yeah, they've been coming in numbers, and we've been assessing, and they've been submitting.
Okay, which is very, very good. Engineer Aileru, let's get to you. So for the building process now, within the Iru, Victoria Island corridor, let's access what you have there. Are they really, really complying with the laid down guidelines from LASBCA?
Yes, the level of compliance is high, but that's not to say you won't have several other contraveners, and that we deal with every day. We ensure we force them to compliance.
Okay.
We force them to compliance. Yeah.
Let's talk about the areas that your jurisdiction covers. Iru, Victoria Island, which areas?
Victoria Island and Ikoyi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so Iru, Victoria Island, Ikoyi, and adjoining communities?
Then some parts of Lekki Phase 1, that's Admiralty Road.
Is also covered as well.
Yeah. Oniru, VI, Old Ikoyi, New Ikoyi, Parkview, Banana Island, Abasha Estate, Obalende, and several others.
And from what you see, in terms of, from the LASBCA's perspective, are all these buildings that you have in those areas, do they have the LASBCA permit?
Yes, like Tamplana Odupe said, most of them have, because it's an elite environment. They are aware of government policy, so they apply most of the time. But that is not to say they comply 100%. And that's the reason we go out every day to ensure they comply with the Lagos with building code and all LASBCA regulations.
Okay. All right, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. One of the reasons why we have this program is to also have your input. We are trying to see how we can simplify the process as it relates to the built environment. So if you want to connect with us, you can do so right now and speak with the district officers that I have here from LASPPPA, that's the Physical Planning Authority, and LASBCA, which is the Lagos State Building Control Authority. Agency, rather. And they are both here in the studios. 08099 120 and 091 53877127. Okay, that's 09153877127. Flash update coming in from the Bejuleki end. Slow movement being experienced at Eleko Junction from Eleko Junction to Eleko inside, looking good. Likewise, from Eleko inside to areas like Akodu General Hospital. Slow up to Pinnacle Oil, Dangote Refinery, and Lekki Deep Sea Port. All those areas are looking good. Return journey back to Eleko Junction is also good for now. Though we have some potholes along the road, which is hindering good movement of vehicles, but no major worries there. Traffic managers are still well positioned to ensure that you have it pretty good navigating through those areas. All right, then. So you guys have talked about the process. You talk about how long, it takes for the building permit. How long does it take, Engineer Aileru?
I think town planner Odupe will speak to that.
I said
that earlier. I said 10 days.
Within 10 days.
Provided you have given out all the
necessary
documents.
That's right. I know. That's for LASPPPA. The for the planning permit, right?
Okay.
What about for building?
Yes. After, I told you you're supposed to get authorization to commence construction from us. After you must have gotten that, you because we'll be coming for stage inspection and certification. You need to write to the General Manager, Lagos State Building Control Agency, giving 7 days notice that you want to start your construction and we should come for stage inspection and certification.
Okay, let's take this call. Hello there, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
All right, what's your name?
B.
B, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm very good.
Okay, so let's hear from you.
Yeah. All right. I just want to tell the guys in the studio that there is an hotel in my area. But it's not a new hotel. That's been there for a while.
Where is that? Where's your area?
That is Ogba.
Ogba, okay.
Yeah. But they built it on a canal, like a small channel where water passes. So it's flooding our clothes. So water, but it's been a while, so I don't know if something can still be done about it. But the hotel has been there for a long, long time.
Where is the hotel? Where is the street and where is the location?
It's in Ogba, Okera in Ogba. So it floods the area when it rains, and it floods the clothes when it rains.
What's the name of the clothes?
It's in Ogba, Okera.
Okay, Okera close.
Sheye close, yes. Sheye.
Okay, Sheye close.
The hotel is not on the close, it's on the other side. I don't even know the name of the hotel.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, opposite Sheye close.
At the back.
At the
the
back?
hotel is at our back.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. All right. So you want them to do something about that?
Yeah, maybe they talk to them. I don't know.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for that. I'm sure that they're able to do some, and that's what we really, really encourage on this program. Where you say things that are really, really causing some kind of infraction, you can always reach out to us. So, Engineer Aileru, for this kind of a situation, he's talking about Ogba and a hotel which is almost built on the canal way, and it says anytime it rains, the whole area is flooded. So what would LASBCA do, or is it LASPPPA now?
Well, thank you.
Okay, let's take this call. Hello there, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
All right, what's your name?
Let me remain anonymous.
Okay, anonymous.
Please go to Olurinde Street off Amo Oriagege.
Okay, just a second. Let me write it down. You said it's where?
Olurinde Street.
Olurinde.
Off Amo.
Okay.
The second story building on your left when you enter Olurinde. This house has been marked for over 5 years by Lagos State. It is still standing. And children are so much in that house. Couples, they are not moving out. So if anything should happen to that building and it has cracked, people are still living there. So what is Lagos State doing? Please help us out.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And that is not the only building marked on that Olurinde.
Right.
There are about 3.
Right.
But none has been demolished by Lagos State. Yeah, Lagos State marked those buildings in the last 5 years.
And I really want to appreciate you, madam. So, and I need this every week by this time. If you have any other areas you've seen with those kind of structures, just write it down and give us a call, okay? All right, that's what we are encouraging. Let's see how we can whistle blow so that we avert any of this kind of disasters that relates to collapsed building in the state. And that is why this program is on. Madam, thank you so much for that. That is Olajide, she said, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sure you'll be taking that home, right?
We already have it.
Noted.
So from LASBCA, you'll be taking that home. And also from LASPPPA too, you'll be able to go there to even find out if any of those structures have the necessary document. This one says, amazing morning. What steps should residents take if they notice unsafe building practices in their area? Joyce is sending that one in. This one says, good morning. My question goes to the LASBCA official. Say, what support does LASBCA offer to developers to ensure compliance with regulations? Let's take this call. Hello there, good morning. Hello. Okay, I guess we have a bad connection there. All right, so but what support? Do you have any support for developers, LASBCA, especially within your area at Iru, Victoria Island and Ikoyi? Engineer Aileru.
Yeah, the best thing we can do for them is to take them through the processes and simplify the process for them. But the first thing to do is to make statutory payments after they have been assessed by Lagos State Physical Planning Permit Authority. Once they have all those documents, they have paid the required tax, they can come to us if it is not official. Okay. They can come to us for authorization. Then we'll give them few days to work so that they can, 3 months to work so that they can get their final approval.
All right, there's a message here. Another person whistleblowing. It says, please kindly send your officers to come and review this site. The building looks like something that is tilted. He said the address is 20 Ajayi Street, Onike Yaba. 20 Ajayi Street, Onike Yaba. Engineer Aileru, I hope you're taking note of that.
I'm taking note.
It says the building looks as if it's tilted. So your officers need to be there.
Yeah,
all right.
We'll be there.
Okay, that's very, very good. And like I said, these are things that we really want to encourage on this program every Thursdays from 9:15 through 10 o'clock. Moving forward, the ministry is trying to ensure that we get it right. And one of the ways to do that is your own responsibility as citizens by sending in those complaints, those areas that you see buildings that are not really, really standing right. Let's begin to take it home this morning because of time constraints. But Town Planner Odupe, what's your message to residents within the Ikoyi Obalende end on how they can get their physical planning permits?
Yeah, thank you, sir. Well, based on the fact that the amnesty is on, I will employ the residents and developers within that corridor to use this opportunity and submit their existing structure that doesn't have approval, because this is an avenue for them to get approval on this. Also,
right, quickly
on the proposed, those that want to apply for new development, they should also apply before they commence construction.
All right, and to you, Aileru, thank your partner for 30 seconds, please.
Thank you very much. I want to talk on certificate of completion and fitness for habitation.
Quickly.
Yeah, once you are done with the building of your structure, you're supposed to approach LASBCA for certificate of completion and fitness for habitation. And I want to advise the public that any house you want to buy or you want to rent, you must always ask for certificate of completion.
How can you do that? They come to your office?
Once you have your approval, and we were involved during the stage inspection and certification of your building, then you're supposed to come to us for the certificate of completion and fitness for habitation.
All right then. So like I said,
it places premium on the structure. Yeah. So it's very, very important.
Okay,
thank you.
We'll leave it at that for now. Thank you so much for being here, and I must say a very big thank you to both of you for making it through to the studios this morning. Today we've been able to look at the processes that are involved and also how best to whistleblow. Town Planner James Olajide Odupe, who is the district officer for Ikoyi Obalende, has been in the building this morning. Also here with us, I have Town Planner Ahmed Olatunji Bakare, who is the Chief Town Planning Officer with LASPPPA and also the District Officer for Aileru Victoria Island LCDA, and Engineer Aileru Oluwagbenga Abdulrafiu, who is the District Officer heading Aileru Victoria Island and Ikoyi. We have to go this morning. Maximum thanks to Sanusi Mukaila, who's Director of Public Affairs for MPPUD, as well as Akintola Adesonya, who's Chief Public Affairs Officer. Let me appreciate Olaoye Olusegun, Director of Public Affairs for LASBCA. He's been around working tirelessly behind the scene to make this program on stream. You can still go back to the YouTube to watch this program once again. My name is Victor Oteri. Mike James has produced. Maximum thanks to our social media team, Deborah Buledioku and Okpeyemi Shodunke. Our executive producer is Tayo Akonle. I'm out. Still very much within. Bye.
Dear Lagosians, the vision of making Lagos a sustainable and resilient state through community regeneration and inclusive physical planning begins with building right. We all have a role to play in achieving this vision in line with the Lagos State Urban and Regional Planning and Development Law of 2019 as amended. Do you know that before buying a land or building on it, you must check for the permissible use from the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development? Do you know that you must obtain a planning permit and authorization to commence the construction of your building? Do you also know that you require state certification and certificate of completion for building construction in Lagos State? Estate developers must obtain layout approval before developing their estate and obtain full planning permit after